Okay, are you ready? It's a hot and sweaty room. The temperature is 80 degrees. Some numbskull forgot to turn on the air conditioner, and that numbskull was me. Yes, me. Nonetheless, we're about to enter the realm of want to know why? Ask how. Howard the Humongous! Okay, yes. Time to get analysis and political opinion, not to mention scientific opinion, from a madman. Tonight's episode. Why are those fucking Republicans so goddamn mean? Have you ever noticed that all of their policies consist of taking candy away from babies, then slapping the babies in the face, and suggesting either shooting them or deporting them? That's right, we should all have guns, so that when we finish taking the candy from babies, we can accuse the babies of mugging us and shoot them. That's liberty. That's America's traditional freedom. Okay, enough indulging myself in gratuitous insults to Republicans. What in the world am I really talking about? At the moment, our government is shut down. In a short amount of time, approximately 2 weeks from now, those squalling meanies, those bullying babies of Congress and the Senate, Mitch McConnell, John Boehner, and even worse, Ted Cruz and the pack of maniacs trying to turn America into some barbarous puddle of individualism, and I'm all for individualism. These guys are choking possibly the American economy, possibly the global economy, which could go into a major crash if we default on our debt, all for the sake of doing what? Getting rid of Obamacare. And claiming, this is what John Boehner is claiming right now, that even though he sits down politely in the White House with President Obama, Obama won't discuss anything with him. Obama won't compromise. Well, guess what? Obamacare is the biggest compromise you've ever seen in your life. Democrats, liberals, wanted what's called single-payer insurance. They wanted socialized medicine, which works out brilliantly at a third the cost of American private capitalist medical care in countries all over the world. But Obama is a man of compromise, believe it or not. Remember, we've been told that he wasn't born in the United States. He's a closet Muslim. He's a real terrorist under the surface, and he's also a Marxist. A little bit inconsistent, but that's what we've been told, and folks on the right believe him. Obama went out of his way to compromise. What did he do? Mitt Romney. Think about that for a minute. Mitt Romney, is he a Republican or a Democrat? Is he a conservative or a flaming liberal? He's a conservative. He's a Republican. And Mitt Romney instituted a medical insurance plan in the state of Massachusetts that gives nearly every citizen of Massachusetts insurance, and does it using private industry, does it using capitalism. Well, Obama, to the great consternation of his liberal and progressive supporters, abandoned them and adopted Romneycare, adopted the form of universal medical insurance that stuffs the pockets of that's private capitalist. Remember, I'm a capitalist. I ran 2 companies. I like capitalism. But stuffs the pockets of private insurance companies. So why are the Republicans complaining about Obamacare when in reality it's Romneycare, and in reality it is not liberal medical policy, it's Republican medical policy? Well, what's his name? The little guy from Nevada, the spokesman for the Democrats, likes to say that it's because they can't take yes for an answer. But it's worse than that. They don't want people to have medical insurance. They want to take medical insurance away. That's not the only thing they want to take away. Remember the Farm Bill of a couple of weeks ago? They removed $40 billion from the Farm Bill. Why? To take food stamps away. Who gets food stamps? Is it those poor slovenly people who lay out on the sidewalks, unwilling to work for a living? It's veterans. The people to whom Republicans promised their eternal allegiance and their eternal care in exchange for risking their lives on 2 Republican wars, one in Iraq and one in Afghanistan. Well, surely this business of trying to snatch candy from babies, trying to take away health insurance, trying to take away health coverage, and trying to take away food is an aberration. It's an accident. This is not a pattern. It couldn't possibly be, right? What's another hot button? Hang on, we're going to get the makeup lady. Makeup lady. Okay. What's another hot button issue among Republicans when they aren't so busy belly aching about Obamacare, and belly aching about the fact that some people would like to eat? Immigration! Hey, all those Mexicans who pick tomatoes for agribusinesses that Republicans fund with large amounts, millions of your dollars and mine, because they are the agribusinesses of people who make lots of money, and we all know that the only people who deserve welfare in America are the rich. They deserve it, right? They work hard. They give us all jobs. Well, these people are imported to pick the tomatoes for the agribusiness people, and then we're supposed to kick them in the balls, right? We're supposed to deny them everything. Now, Cody, the videographer, frequently complains because there isn't enough science in these episodes. Why would the Republicans want to take away food, medical care, and the right to live in America? There are scientific reasons. Animals, from ants and bees to chimpanzees, live in hierarchies. They live in pecking orders. And how is a pecking order established? Some animal fights and finesses its way through strength and determination and the ability to eat good food and thus look good at all times and demonstrate confidence. Some animal finesses its way, finagles its way, and politics its way to the top. Once it gets to the top, it gets the best food. It gets the best place to sleep. It gets all the really hot socializing. It gets the best of everything. And most important, it gets the sex. And then how does it demonstrate that it's on top? How does it feel like it's on top of the world? Like it's superior? It keeps others from having the best sex, the best food, the best place to eat. Preventing others from having things, taking candy away from the babies of those below you, makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you have stature and status and you're on top of the world. The more stuff you can take away from others, the better you feel about yourself. That's why environmentalists, too, want to take stuff away from everybody but themselves. They want to have a cabin in the Rockies, a house at Stanford, and a pied-à-terre in New York, and they want to use jet planes to get back and forth so they can attend meetings of the IPC, the International Climate Control Council. They don't want you to be able to do that. They certainly don't want poor people to be able to do that. They don't want Africans to be able to do that, because if they're the only ones who could do that, that means they're on top of the heap. And Republicans, and I don't just mean Mitch McConnell and John Boehner and Ted Cruz, I mean the average Republican in the street, including the average Republican construction worker, want to feel better than everybody else by depriving other people of everything, including sex, which in the hands of those below them they call pornography and try to snatch away, and entertainment, which in the hands of others comes in the forms of drugs they don't approve of, like marijuana, and which they want to take away. It's all about status. It's all about hierarchy. It's all about feeling on top of the heap. And this primitive animal instinct that you will see at work in rats and voles and moles is at work in human beings and accounts for the meanness in Republican politics and the fact that our government is grinding to a halt, all so that a few people can feel the hierarchical high of being on top. This is Howard the Humongous, speaking to you from the future, that it's your job and my job to make. And I don't have to find the off button tonight and demonstrate my incompetence. We'll have to find some new way for me to demonstrate my incompetence before I wave goodbye.